Hello, hello. What is going on, everyone? Let's see, I got one person in here. Who's in here? Show yourself. Who's in here? It's a surprise live tonight, guys. Surprise live. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Woo, got 18 in here. What is going on, guys? Let's see who we got in here. We got Belinda, Alabama Little Eyes, Gentleman Jack, Brandy Helton, Deborah Lyons, Picking My Wedgies, Picking My Wedgies, Pink Butterfly, Brandy Helton, Joanne Murdoch. What's going on, guys? What is going on? Australia. Ooh, what's going on? Tell you what I was doing at 1:25 this afternoon. I was eating Cracker Barrel. Y'all like Cracker Barrel? You ever heard of Cracker Barrel? It's the bomb. If you ain't never been to Cracker Barrel, it is the bomb, guys. We'll let a few people get in here right now. Kind of go over weekly events and all that good stuff that's happened over the past week. 22 Pink Tail, Pink Butterfly, wait, what? Woo. All right, can you see me and hear me pretty good? That's next thing. Can you see me and hear me pretty good? I did do the settings to 720, so hopefully you can hear me and see me pretty good now, guys. Pink Butterfly says, Jared has court tomorrow. All right, guys, so I'm going to have to go ahead and just say this. Apparently, AWP put out a video about Nick, the tow truck driver, like the full interview or the video, whatever it is. I'm totally not supporting AWP at this point because anything to do with Jared, I'm not supporting at all. So that's just a public statement for me. I'm just not supporting anything that Jared has to do with. So go ahead and in comments, let me know what in the live chat. Let me know what you think. I mean, am I wrong? I do not support anything Jared is doing right now. Just a, that's just a personal thing with me. I don't support people like that. So. And hit the thumbs up, guys. If you're, let's see, I got 60 people in here, 60 folks in here. So, I mean, I'll get my information from someone else, but I'm not going to get it from AWP. Jared's, I'm just not going to go down that road. So that's just my opinion, guys. And so. I'm not going to give Jared, money to get out of whatever trouble he's in. Because that's basically what you're doing. If you go watch their stuff, you're just giving Jared money. I mean, if he makes $10,000 off that video that he just put out, that's $10,000 he can put towards a defense attorney and, gets a little ass out of trouble. That's what I see. So, and I'm not going to support that, so I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch anything AWP related. Now, if Doug or anybody like that puts anything out, if Doug starts a channel, anything like that, I'll watch it. But anything AWP related, I'm not going to do it just because, possibility is Jared could make thousands of dollars off you watching that video. And it'll go for his defense attorney and make whoever he victimized look like idiots and win his case, and we don't want that. So, let's see. Wait, what says the world is trying to feed us that everyone, most often men, are Jared's, and we need to accept it. No, not everybody are Jareds. I mean, I know it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go there. Not everybody is a piece of shit. So anyway, guys, thanks again to. Let me go ahead and say this real quick. Thanks to all my subs, all my members. If you want to be a member, you can join. Price ain't that much. So, of course, super chats are always welcome. And life is good. Life is good. So, as in any channel that you tune into, you want to see some. You want to see what you're tuning into. So, Lord, look there. I misspelled Kaylee. So let me show you guys something here. Let me show you and tell me what you think about this. I've done some research. Going through some news articles. I've done some research. And I've got a new mug out. I've not promoted it on my webpage yet, but let me see if I can find it for you here. Hold on just a second. I got a new mug out. It's pretty funny. It's got a pretty funny saying on it here. Yeah, it's got a pretty funny saying on it. Let me see what I can find here. I'll drop the link for it in case you want to grab the mug. You can. It's pretty funny. Let's see here. All right, let me drop the link here, guys. Funny mug. Let's see what it says, if I can remember. Oh, yeah, speculate responsibly. It says True Crime with Don B on the front, and on the back of the mug, it says speculate responsibly. So, hope you guys like that. Hope you guys like it. So, you can go check it out. I got the link. Did I drop the link? Yeah, there it is. I dropped the link. So, right there's the link for the new mug that I designed. Speculate responsibly mug. Get it while the getting's good. Appreciate it. So while doing my research, let me show you guys what I found. You'll find this very interesting because you'll notice that earlier in one of my other videos, I did mention what if one of the victims had on a smartwatch, because that smartwatch would tell exactly when their last heartbeat was, and all that stuff. And guess what? I found it. Hang on just a second, guys. Hang on just a second. Let me show you what I found. Let me show you what I found. You see here, guys? You see there? Looks like Kaylee Goncalves. I'll just say Kaylee. Kaylee has a smartwatch on. Bam. What you think about that? See it? She got a smartwatch on, guys. See it on her wrist there? I had been talking about this for the longest time. And just today, the news done, they ran a story, and I seen it. And I'm like, I got to get that. I got to get that. Done a screenshot real quick. And I'm like, hell yeah, she's got on a smartwatch. What kind of evidence is that smartwatch going to provide, guys? Did she have it on? That's the big thing. Did she have it on? Gentleman Jack says Goncalves. Okay, Goncalves. I can say that. Goncalves. Did I say that right, Gentleman Jack? Goncalves. Yeah, Gentleman Jack says a lot if she did. Denise Watson, hello, Don B. Hello, Denise. Is it GC? JC, Princess. I hope she had it on, guys. I hope she had it on. I mean, it may give a lot, and I've got a lot more stuff here to go over with you guys. You are not going to be disappointed in this live stream. So let me tell you, a lot to go over. So, American Princess says, yes, a lot of people do wear their watches to bed to track their sleeping. Yeah, heart rate. Some people have, heart conditions or whatever. But I've been harping this whole time. I was like, I hope one of them or all of them, because smartwatches now are the in thing. I mean, everybody has a smartwatch almost. And just to prove it now, I may be putting my foot in my mouth here, but just to prove it, how many of you guys in the chat have a smartwatch? Let me know. How many of you guys have a smartwatch? Michelle does. Deborah says I don't. Lori says I do. Nope. Yes. Me. So far, the yeses have it pretty good. Wait, what says no? Hey, Janet. Hope y'all are doing good. Ava says I should. I want a smartwatch. Guys, I hate to say that I don't have a smartwatch. And just for a simple fact is, I just use my smartphone basically for everything, even making videos. It's sad to say. I hate to say this, but, what do I got? 21,000 subs. I owe the success of my YouTube channel to a $200 phone. Yes, a $200 phone. When I started out, I had a $100 phone. And a $300 laptop. Actually, when I started out, I had a $200 phone, maybe a $100 phone, and a $150 Chromebook. That's what I started out with, guys. And I built my channel up to 21,000 subs off a cheap phone and a cheap Chromebook. And again, guys, I would say it's probably not the technology. So if anybody is trying to tell you you need equipment is everything, listen to this. Equipment is not everything. It helps, but let's just take The Rock, for example. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's still going to be as entertaining as he can be, whether he's on a $200 camera or a $20,000 camera. You see what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm saying there? Dolly Parton. She's going to be as entertaining as she can be, whether she's doing a song, playing the guitar on a $200 camera, or if she's on a $20,000 camera. Dolly Parton is still going to be the same person. So if you guys are trying to build a channel and people are saying that you need this, need that, I will tell you the most important thing that you need is to be yourself. That's the most important thing that you really need to succeed at YouTube. Be yourself. Be honest. Don't follow the crowd. Just be yourself. That's the best advice I can give somebody that wants to be a successful YouTuber. And listen to your subs. breakfast says, I just need something to tell me to get up and move your ass. Well, I know what that means. Golly, I just got through making some sausage and 2 sausages and 2 eggs. And man, I love my sausage a little bit burnt. So with my bacon. What's everybody saying here? Let's see what everybody's saying here. Jared from Adventure Prayer has a court in the morning if Duty Ron doesn't screw it up again, right, Deb? Yeah, Duty Ron. I don't think he really meant to do it. I just think it was, a snafu, and I mean, it is what it is. I really don't think Duty Ron meant to do what he done. So, we shouldn't hang the man out to dry. I think it was a mistake. He didn't mean to do what he done, and it's just, we all make mistakes. So, Lord, I made many of them. Some of them with zeros at the end of them, as Dave Ramsey would say. Rosie says, same here. Crispy bacon, very well done sausage for breakfast. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you haven't been to a Cracker Barrel, I urge you. I know this show ain't sponsored by Cracker Barrel or anything like that, but I urge you. Cracker Barrel has the best catfish that I have ever tried. You guys, if you got a Cracker Barrel near you, and Cracker Barrel, if you're listening, shout out to you. You guys have the best catfish. All right, so back to the Idaho. What happened this past week? Well, just today I found out that Kaylee's got a smartwatch. Did she have it on, or did the others have a smartwatch on when they got killed? Don't know, but I think if they did, it would hold a lot, and I'm talking to guys, a lot of evidence. Talk about a timeline. It would probably tell exactly when they had their last heartbeat. Exactly. It'll tell what time that heartbeat for the last time, which is sad to say, but anything that can be tied to this killer and help prosecute them, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I don't care, how graphic it is or whatever. I mean, what the killer done was horrible. Shouldn't have been done. I do think the killer knew these people. Now, I do not think that the killer, I do not think the community's in danger. I think if the killer or killers done what they done it for a specific reason, and it was for the people in that house. And I cannot explain why the 2 girls on the first floor survived. I can't explain that. That will be said in the at the end of the investigation. But let's see. Kelly Gillette says, did y'all hear the recording of the screams? Now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there's probably going to be a bunch of shit coming out that's probably just BS. People's going to start putting out shit on this investigation. It's probably going to start taking, at this point, it's probably going to take a circus turn to everything. Just be careful. Be careful what you listen to and what people put out, because people at this point, because the law enforcement ain't really putting out anything like they were doing, so people are going to be putting out stupid shit for clicks and views. So just be careful. Be careful what you listen to, and be careful how you take it. Okay. Because where was the screams at? Over the last 4 weeks, where was this shit at? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just trying, I'm just trying to bring everything honest and as sincere as I can to you, and with level head and all that. So, I mean, we probably got 2,000 YouTubers that are out for clicks and views, and 200 YouTubers that ain't. So, and I don't care if I stay at 20,000 for the rest of my life. I don't care. I'm fine with that. So just guys, be careful what you listen to and take it with a grain of salt. Always think, where was this stuff at when the investigation first started? You know what I mean? If someone outside the house heard screams, I'm sure someone in the house, first floor, probably would have heard them too. Did y'all think about that? So, just take everything like that with a grain of salt. So, and I'm not trying to down anybody. I'm just, once things, I noticed that once these investigations start slowing down, information-wise, a lot of people start putting out shit for clicks and views, and that's when things like this turn into a shit show. So, just be careful, guys. And like I'm putting out like this news here about the wristwatch, it being a smartwatch, you can clearly see because I'm putting it up on my video for everybody to see. You can clearly tell that is a smartwatch, right, guys? You can clearly tell that is a smartwatch, and this is a video from News Nation. So it's not edited, it's not faked or anything like that. This is a real picture of Kaylee with a smartwatch on. So this right here is fact. Kaylee owned a smartwatch. Now, did she have it on when she got killed? I don't know. I really don't know. I hope she did. I hope one of the girls, Ethan maybe even had a smartwatch on when he was killed. Because I do believe it'll help to prosecute the killer or killers. Okay, guys. Now I'm thinking killers because, again, if I was doing this just myself, if I was going in a house full of freaking 6 people, I'm probably going to be the one even if I got a Rambo knife, I'm going to probably be the one end up dead because they're going to whoop my ass. I start killing people going to start screaming, and, especially with a guy in there, more than likely I'm going to get my ass beaten, killed. So I think there were 2 people that done this. I'm really thinking that there were more than, I'm just going to say this, more than one person that done this. That's what I'm going to say. So everybody in the live chat, let me know what you think. Got 204 people in here. Let me know what you think. Do you think it was one person or more than one in that house that killed everybody? And especially with the news coming out now saying that they're looking for the occupants of that Hyundai Elantra, that makes me think there was more than one person probably that killed everybody too. Raven says, I'm thinking 1. Angela says, I'm thinking 1. Deb says, I think more than 1. Sandra says 1 person. I mean, it is possible just because people will freak out in fear. They will freeze in fear. You know what I mean, guys? Have you seen anybody freeze in fear? I watched a case on, I think it might have been the ID channel, where someone went to this house and was just like, I hate to say it, trigger warning, but this person was like, just doing everybody in with a knife. And it was just one person. And pretty much nobody put up a fight because they were just so frozen in fear. You don't really know what you're going to do until you're faced with that situation. You may say that you got all the balls in the world, and you'll fuck someone up. They come after you with whatever, but you really don't know what you're going to do until you are placed in that situation. I mean, you may have all the balls in the world, but when you see your friend bleeding to death from a slit throat, you're going to be worried about your friend at the same time the killer's coming at you with, a Rambo knife. Think about that, guys. Think about that. I mean, you can be macho person all you want to, but when you see your friend, the blood squirting, trigger warning, guys. When you see your friend, slit throat, blood squirting over the wall, up on the wall and shit, and then this person with the knife's coming at you to do the same thing to you, you may freeze in fear, guys. You may freeze. You don't know, and this stuff happens within seconds. It's not like, the killer said, "Hey, I'm coming over in like 30 minutes. You better be prepared." I mean, these people, some of them were asleep. They had no idea. Even if they weren't asleep, they had no idea that this is probably going to happen. You know what I mean? And like people say, this is why people should carry. I mean, crimes happen within seconds. And me alone, I've called 911. I've called 911 on DUI, like, 2 months ago. It was about 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. I had to call 911 on a dude that was possibly DUI. And let me tell you, within seconds, he could have hit someone head on and killed multiple people. It took probably 3 minutes to get transferred to the right authorities after dialing 911. You know why? And in those 3 minutes, he could have killed multiple people. So when you call 911, when something like this happens, you have seconds to respond and minutes for the police to get there. You may have 30 seconds to, pull your protection and take action. Because if you don't, the police are going to come clean up your mess. They're going to come draw a little line around you. Coroner's going to come, Because I'd rather be the person that does this and stops the threat and then call 911 and wait 10 minutes for the cops to get there. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say 10 minutes, but, but seriously, if you're in a rural area, it can take 10 minutes for the cops to get there. So if someone kicks open your door while you're watching the Super Bowl and you do this and that person's got a knife, you're dead. You're probably dead within 1 minute. But if you've got protection, you're going to let that sumbitch have it. He ain't going to break in nobody else's house, I can guarantee you that. Your house is going to be the last one they break into. But, unfortunately, these people probably, these 4 college students, they're in the prime of their life, partying, doing whatever. They're not going to have no protection. They were very vulnerable, guys. They were very vulnerable. And I think this person knew it, and these people knew it, and they took advantage of it. And do I think the community is at risk? No, I do not. I think that these people that killed whoever was in that house, like the police said, these people were targeted. I mean, there's a small chance the community could be at risk, but I don't think that the killer at this point is going to kill anybody else. I really don't think so, because this was their This was their desired effect, and they're happy with their results, and they're done. That's my opinion. That's my 100% opinion. That they're happy with their results, and they're done, because this was targeted. That's what I think. Oh, hey, ICU. ICU's in here. Thank you for helping out, ICU. I'm sure there's probably 50, 11 YouTubers live right now. So, golly, I got 230. Guys, I'm proud to have 238 of you in here. I mean, I know it's not 2,000 as some of these YouTubers get when they're doing live streams, but thank you to each and every one of you that that's in here. I appreciate it. Let's see. Kelly says, I was robbed at gunpoint with two men. ATM machine guy had a gun to the back of my head. Clicked the trigger. I will never get the sound of that in my life. I would never own. Let's see, but would never own guns. Well, I mean, that's your personal opinion. That is your personal opinion. And there again, some people. Some people are okay with owning, guns. Some people ain't. I would be comfortable with owning a gun, just to protect my family, especially with, stuff going on these days. And I just actually read an article or seen on News Nation where this lady in Atlanta was just recently robbed. She's stabbed to death. They're looking for the killer right now. She was stabbed to death. That older lady, I tell you what, that boy, he would have freaked out. That old lady pulled a gun on him. He'd have freaked out. Did y'all hear about that old lady got stabbed to death in Atlanta? Nice neighborhood too. Nice. Actually, it's just down from the governor's where the governor lives. That's how nice this place is that she got killed. They're looking for the boy now because apparently he went and got in their car and they found her car. But I tell you what, he'd have been tripping balls. That old lady pulled a damn 38 out on him and dropped him like a brick while he's coming at her with a knife or whatever, I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a News Nation. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on just a second, okay? Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can find it here. Thank you, guys, for hanging with me. Let me see. Well, it might not have been News Nation, guys. Hang on just a second. Yeah, here it is.
At Chewy, you can save on all the gifts you need for the gifts that keep on giving. Because while they have no idea what's going on here, a little something of their own.
Let's see here, guys. Hold on just a second.
Prices, happy pets, Chewy.
Here we go.
While at work, I had a severe foot injury.
I was sideswiped by a car.
I was involved in a series.
On yesterday afternoon, homicide investigators responded to 6 Paces West Terrace on a homicide. I just ask that you just remember that this is a very active investigation. I'm going to bring up Lieutenant Dearlove, our homicide commander. He's going to kind of walk us through a little bit.
See, right there's the boy that done it, probably.
Introduce a significant update and what we need the public's assistance with. So at this time, our homicide commander, Lieutenant Dearlove.
Thank you. My name is Lieutenant Dearlove, homicide commander for the Atlanta Police Department. As Chief Hampton stated, we had a homicide investigation that occurred at 6 Paces West Terrace Northwest.
Nice neighborhood
background
too,
on the
guys.
case.
Nice neighborhood.
At about 5:30 p.m., officers responded to a location where they spoke to involved parties, and they stated that Cena was deceased inside her garage.
The son actually found his mom in there
Is Eleanor
dead.
Bowles. She's 77 years old.
77.
Currently, as we continue with this investigation, which began last night, the motive appears to be a crime interrupted robbery. Ms. Bowles was in possession of a 2021 Lexus RS 350, as shown on the screen here. And we believe that the individual.
Can you guys hear this?
Vehicle,
Let me know if I'm doing this right. Can you hear
Ms.
it?
Bowles may have encountered him, and she was killed. The vehicle was tracked, and investigative research work was put into it. We recovered that vehicle last night, and we're processing it as we speak. What we're here today for is the surveillance footage recovered from this incident. As you see here, the person on that screen is a person of interest that we believe is involved, may have significant information in this investigation. It's black male, black sweatshirt, black pants. This footage was taken at around 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. a.m. Excuse me. We're seeking the public's assistance and with identifying this person of interest. If anyone has any information or any tips or the identity of this person, please notify our Crime Stoppers at 404-577-TIPS. Currently, the reward for this information is going to be $10,000. That is all. Any questions?
Is this a shooting or?
No, it appears that the victim was stabbed multiple times.
Any other questions? So this is just a person of interest. I mean, in terms of a suspect, though, have y'all identified a suspect that you guys are looking for?
No, this is a very active investigation right now. We're still working different leads, but we do believe this is a person of interest for this case.
At this time, are you only looking for one individual, or is it possible that there are others who you believe may be involved?
Correct, great question. As of right now, we're looking for this person. We're still leaving the door open for others involved as well. As we said, we're still working this case. As we develop more leads and additional information, we'll be sure to share with you.
Right, so what we will also add is that it's important to note that this video came from someone's home. And so connect.
What this conference is about, what crime is it of? Okay. Whatever your username is there. A old lady was like stabbed to death today in Atlanta. Just randomly stabbed to death in a very affluent neighborhood. She probably lived in $1 million home, condo, townhouse, whatever. She was stabbed to death by a young man. So this just happened today, guys. It's just happened today.
Atlanta.org. We're asking that people integrate and businesses register their cameras. But this is going to be very important in this case. So we're going to provide you all with a handout so you can see the images that are listed, posted here on the screen. Chief Hampton.
No, again, as Shada said, I know everyone likes to know what else can be done. And so as she said, even with personal cameras,
All right, guys. So, sorry, I was muted. So, let me see. This is about the Idaho case. So I'm just saying, someone mentioned, or whatever your freaking username is. I don't know if you're a troll or whatever, but I'm just saying, some people like to carry, some people don't. I'm just saying, if this old lady was carrying, that little thug probably wouldn't do this to anybody else, because this has been the last victim that he probably tried to rob. He probably ended up with 6 or 7 holes in him and probably would have ended up dead. And he probably wouldn't be robbing nobody else. So whatever your username is, I don't know what you are, but yeah, we get a little bit off track, but this overall is all has to do with the Idaho case. What self-protection has to do with the Idaho case. Self-protection has to do with the Idaho case. If any of the victims in that house had been proficient in self-protection, it might have turned out different. The killer may have been going out in a body bag. So, this just happened today, man. This has happened today. So, again, someone commented that they don't like to carry, and unfortunately, in today's world, if you don't carry some kind of protection, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable to rape, murder, whatever. I mean, you're vulnerable to robbery. What's the new thing going on now, guys? The juggings, or what's that new thing going on right now? Is it called juggings? Is that what it's called? Is it called juggings, guys? Did I get that right? Where, like, if you walk out of a high-end department store and you get to your car, they rob you. That's the new thing going. That's the new trend going on, guys. Is it called juggings? Instead of muggings, it's juggings. Is that what's called? Let me see if I can look it up here. Yeah, right here it is. Right here it is, guys. Juggings. It is known as juggings.
Kevin.
All right, I want to educate you guys right here. Hold on just a second, okay? Let me share this.
20-ounce bottles of all Pepsi products, 2 for $3.
Let me share this, guys. Hold on.
At White's.
Y'all need to watch this.
I'm not for a GMA cover story. It's about jugging. That's when a thief follows you out of the bank or ATM
and robs you. Law enforcement should warn the crime is on the rise. Ariel Reshef here with the story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you guys, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this. Anyone who has ever withdrawn money from an ATM or from the bank may have had that paranoid feeling, that you're walking around now or driving with cash. Well, now authorities say they're seeing a spike in those jugging crimes, and they're warning you not to let your guard down.
This morning, authorities with an urgent warning about a sharp rise in what they're calling jugging. Criminals lying in wait while unsuspecting victims get money out of an ATM or bank and then following them to another location and robbing them. In Austin, Texas, police say they're seeing a surge with 84 reported cases just since January and more than $500,000 in stolen property so far. Authorities there are asking for the
Have y'all heard
public's help
anything about
identifying
this?
2 alleged perpetrators. One seen in these photos attacking a woman outside of her house last week. The other suspect driving the car.
As the victim entered her home, thrown to the ground and drug across pavement, trying to maintain her possessions.
She was treated at the hospital for her injuries. 3 days later, Austin police say it happened again. A suspect demanding money from a man who had just left a bank, shoving him against a wall outside an apartment complex before robbing him. The suspect has been arrested. And last month, Jim Ostrander says he was followed after making a large cash withdrawal from a bank. While paying for gas, a suspect smashed his car window to steal cash from inside the vehicle.
My entire month's salary gone in a split second. I'm right now I'm speechless. I still don't even know what to say or think or do about it. These guys are dangerous.
And it's
Sorry, guys, I was muted. I'm still getting the hang of StreamYard. I mean, so this can happen anywhere, guys. This can happen at CVS, Walgreens, Hobby Lobby of all places, guys. Cracker Barrel, gas stations. So again, whether it's pepper spray, whatever, I have some type of self-protection. That way you can at least let the perpetrator have it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna let them have it me. I'm gonna have it at them. I mean, if they're gonna be getting away with this crime, they're gonna be getting away with it, crying and snotting all over the place while I'm laying dead on the ground. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna get away scot-free. Not if I can help it. Oh, Nana Payton's new member. Thank you, Nana Payton. I appreciate it. I see you says I'll whip someone's rear for trying to steal my Hobby Lobby. I know exactly what you mean. I ICU. Hell yeah, ain't nobody getting my Hobby Lobby. Or my Taco Bell. Ain't nobody getting my Taco Bell. So let me see what else I got on here. And everybody's talking about DNA on the Idaho 4. Okay, so on these Idaho students, everybody's talking about DNA. DNA. All right, so we all know that there's DNA all over the house. There's probably 200 matches of DNA that's going to be all over the house. Now, how do you narrow it down to the killer? I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys. I love having you guys be interactive with my live streams. So let me ask you this. We've got 255 people in here. How do you narrow down? I'm going to see if y'all get this right. How do you narrow down the DNA to the killer? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. How do you narrow it down to the killer? If you're an investigator, how do you narrow it down? Let me know what you think in the chat. With all that DNA in the house, remember it's a party house. So there's probably been 200-300 people inside that house touching stuff, peeing in the bathroom, pooping in the bathroom, whatever. There's going to be DNA all over that house. How do you narrow it down to the killer? Yes, Deb, you are right. Ding, ding, ding. Give Deb a cookie. Buy the clothing and everything related to what the victims were wearing. Yes. Because if I'm coming down with a knife and stabbing me all over my body, you see what's happening right here? The palm of my hand, if it goes all the way down and touches my hoodie, I'm getting some of that DNA right there on my hoodie. So that right there is leaving DNA on my hoodie. The DNA on their clothing is only going to match. They're going to have less DNA on their clothing at the wound, at the stab sites, than they do anywhere else. So on that stab wound right there, if I get stabbed in the heart and that hand, my hand comes all the way down and touches that hoodie. You see that right there is going to leave DNA on my hoodie. Now, is that DNA going to match up with JLR? Is it going to match up with Molly Golightly? Is it going to match up with Chris McDonough? It's only going to match up to one person. Y'all get what I done there? Oh, Lord. That right there. Y'all may not even know who I'm talking about. But that right there is going to match up to one person versus the 200 DNA that, let's see here. There may be 6 DNA on this fork right here. Like if they had a party beforehand and they didn't wash, if someone shared this fork, imagine how much DNA would be on this fork right here if I shared it with people. Imagine. A lot different than this. Now, did they wear a glove? Don't know. Hopefully they didn't. You know, if there wasn't any blood left by the killer or killers, hopefully this right here left DNA on the victims. Hopefully the killer was barehanded and left their DNA on the killers. And also with the defensive wounds, if one of the girls fought back and decided, to, scratch at the killer's face or whatever, now you got these fingernails. You may have 8 DNA samples on a fork under the fingernails. Not very many. What do y'all think about that? The interview room had a great show about DNA tonight. Yeah, I watched that. That's why I was kind of going over this. And it's amazing how we can get DNA in like 90 minutes now, guys. It's amazing. Technology is... Now, let me tell you this. Technology is only as good as the sample that you give it. And it's only as good as the lab tech that's collecting the data, that's collecting the DNA too. So keep that in mind. That is big that a smartwatch will reveal times, hopefully. Yeah, that's another thing that I wanted to bring. I was so excited. Guys, to bring you that picture of Kaylee with that smartwatch on. I was so excited about that, guys. And again, for you guys that are just tuning in, I want to show you this. Well, hang on. Hang on, guys. Y'all see that? Kaylee has on a smartwatch. You can clearly see it. Kaylee has on a smartwatch. That's why I was so excited about bringing this live to y'all tonight. Doing my research and everything, I found out that Kaylee indeed had on a smartwatch. Now, did she have it on when she got killed? I do not know, but she owns a smartwatch. Did any of the other victims own a smartwatch? Did any of them have on a smartwatch when they were murdered? That's a big question now. That is a big question. As Leah says, don't have a smartwatch. What is that going to show us if she was wearing it? Well, Leah, a smartwatch actually records your heartbeat. Everybody let Leah know what a smartwatch does here. It records your heartbeat. It can record your blood pressure. It can actually tell when you died. It'll record if your heart quit beating at 3:23 a.m. That helps narrow down the timeline for the murders. It's exactly what that does. that could help narrow down the timeline for the murders. OMR says there was a case that was solved from a smartwatch. Yeah, I've seen that. And anything that can be used as evidence to prosecute the killer or killers. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Heck yeah, guys. Heck yeah. Chris, the farm Peterson says, oh, wow. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing, guys. Do y'all see the smartwatch that Kaylee's wearing? Do y'all see it there in the picture? That's the thing. Oh, I know she had it on. Now, obviously this is prior to the murders, but did she have it on during the murders? Did any other victims have on a smartwatch during the murders? When they were being actively killed, did they have on a smartwatch? So anybody in here that has a smartwatch right now we're coming up on top of the hour, guys, so I'm going to cut this short. Once we get to, I'm at 56 minutes. I may go a little over, but anybody in here that has a smartwatch, I don't have one, but let me know what all it does. Let me know what all it records in the chat. Let me know what all it records. Tanya says any type of technology devices left at the crime scene can be used. Anybody here have a smartwatch? And if you do, what all does it record? I know most of them will record your heartbeat. It'll keep track of your heartbeat, which is really good with people that have heart arrhythmias. I know my wife's got a smartwatch, and she leaves hers on, and she one morning she woke up and showed me, she goes, did you know my heart rate went up to 130 beats a minute while I was sleeping one night? And I'm like, how you know that? She said, my smartwatch told me. And Selena says, just saying I take my smartwatch off before going to bed. You'll actually learn a lot about your heart if you leave that on at night while you're sleeping, guys. Patricia says it can indicate a fall. Yeah, I've seen where the new Apple Watches, they can actually, not only will they indicate a fall, but if you do not respond, like if you're hiking or something, it'll, that thing that sends out like a SOS signal to the National Guard and all them people, it'll actually send out an SOS to authorities to come rescue you. Like if you're up in the Smoky Mountains and you fall, and your watch doesn't recognize that you're responding or anything like that, it'll send out an emergency beacon or emergency signal to National Guard or whoever, and they'll come rescue you. It's pretty. I mean, I'm sure there's a subscription to it with Apple, but technology is getting really, really nice now, guys. Nana to Peyton, thank you, Nana. To Peyton, I appreciate that. Thank you for your honesty. Yeah, I mean, sometimes my honesty is a little brutal, and I apologize, guys. It's a little brutal and upfront, and I apologize about that. But I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just trying to be open, honest, and try not to sugarcoat anything. I mean, when bad stuff happens, it's not sugarcoated. I'm sure, when that 77-year-old lady died today in Atlanta, and was stabbed to death. I'm sure the boy didn't walk up to her and go, excuse me, ma'am, but unfortunately, I'm about to kill you and rob you. So please, it just don't happen that way. And so I don't have the personality to sugarcoat anything either. These guys are creeps. These women are, whoever, guy or woman, they're creeps. They don't deserve, when you take a life, you don't deserve to be on the face of the earth, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Yes, if the location was on it, can probably indicate the places and times on Google. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. The timeline. Remember, they're looking for a timeline with Ethan and Xana? Well, if one of them had on a smartwatch, that would fill in the timeline. Would it not? And their cell phone, too. If they had something like Life 360 on their cell phone, would that not fill in the timeline of where they were at and when they were there? Are y'all familiar with Life 360? Have you even heard of Life 360? Anybody in here heard of Life 360 or the tracking software? Sometimes you use them to track your kids, where they're at and everything with your cell phones. I think that's what they use to help find Kaylee, or Kylie Rodney. I think that's what they used to help find Kylie Rodney. I think that's where they knew where her phone was at last. Patricia says, yes, I have it downloaded on my phone. Haven't heard of Life. Let me show it to you guys. Let me show it to you. I got my phone right here. Let me get this off my screen. Hang on just a second. Let me show it to you. It's really neat. And if you don't have this, you really need to download it. If you have kids or whatever, family members that you're really concerned about. Oh, I've got a $6 donation from Linda. So thank you, Linda, for the, if you're watching right now, thank you, Linda, for the donation. I appreciate it. Because you guys can donate through PayPal or whatever, too, to support the channel. But do you see it right there? Life 360. You see it right there? Now, when you click on it, it shows exactly where everybody's at. It shows exactly where you're at. So you could be in Rancho Cucamonga. It'll show exactly where you're at. And you can actually invite people to your circle, like your friends and family, but mainly just do your family because you can keep track of where they're at. So like if you've got a daughter that's working if you got a daughter and she's working a late shift at the store she's working at, and on the way home she runs off the road at 11 o'clock at night, it'll show where she done that at. It'll help locate her. So kind of a free plug for Life 360, but it's a great app. So love. I've had Life 360. We've been using it for probably a couple years now. And if something ever happened, I actually used it one time. My daughter had a flat tire, and she couldn't really explain where she was at. I got on Life 360, seeing where she is at. I actually beat the cop there. I actually beat the cop there to help her change her flat. So these things come in handy, guys. If you don't have a if you don't have it, it's something good to have. It's free too. Most of them are free. ICU says, I received a collision alert on my daughter 3 months after we canceled the service. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. So just to recap, anyway, I had to show you guys that picture of Kaylee with a smartwatch on. So I don't know if any of the other victims had on a smartwatch when they were, killed. hopefully they did, and that will help with the investigation. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It'll definitely help with the investigation. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up, and just to recap, this week we learned that the police are now looking for a white Hyundai Elantra. We learned a little bit more. I love him to death. Chris McDonough does great work here on YouTube. His show tonight was about DNA. I think he had on like a specialist or something like that. Again, guys, think about it. When you stab somebody, I mean, there's probably DNA all over the house, but there's only going to be a certain amount of DNA on the clothing of the victims. There may be 6 or 7. Like if someone shared this spoon. If someone shared this fork, there might be 2 or 3 DNA things on it. If someone is stabbing you with a knife on your clothing, through your clothing, there's going to be specific DNA left there. If they're not wearing a glove, guys, if they're not wearing a glove. And again, the technology is only as good as the people providing it samples. I'll say that. And again, last, I do believe that everybody in that house that was killed was targeted, and just for some weird reason, I don't believe that the community is at risk here. I think whoever in that house that was killed was targeted. I do believe police about that one theory. I do believe them about that. And another thing I want to kind of touch on here too, guys, is I know police came out with a report earlier saying that there's a lot of speculation going on, and they are the main source that you should be getting your information from. That being said, if you're listening, Chief, or whoever you are that put that statement out, you got to understand, you're not putting out very much information. So people are going to speculate. I'm just saying. I mean, you're telling everybody to go on the police department's official releases, but when you release only this much information, people are going to speculate. Just saying, Chief. I'm just saying. Especially when you got a whole community in fear of their life. You got some nut job out there that can, some nut jobs out there that can and will kill people over whatever, whether it's a disagreement, whether they're jealous, whatever. The bottom line is they killed 4 people, and if they done that, the possibility is they could do it again. Not sure they will, but they could. So, Chief, the less information you give to the public, the more speculation you're going to receive. I'm just saying. Think about that next time you talk to the cameras. So, anyway, guys, let me know what you think. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we have some breaking news. Hopefully whoever this is or whoever these people are that done this horrendous crime, they're caught very soon. Hopefully they're caught very soon. So, again, guys, thank you to all my subs, all my members. And if you're neither, thank you for just watching and supporting the channel. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.